Welcome to the channel Masters of Consciousness. In today's episode, we take a closer look at one of the most influential spiritual teachers of our time, Zen master, monk, poet, and peace activist, Thich Nhat Hanh. His life and teachings are a profound invitation to presence, mindfulness, and inner peace. This is not just a philosophy, but a way of living that can be practiced in every moment, regardless of who we are or where we are. For him, one thing mattered above all: to truly be present, in a simple gesture, in a glance, in a breath. He believed that real life happens only in the present moment. Everything else past and future are merely thoughts, memories, or projections. True happiness is not something distant to be achieved, but something already here available in the now, if only we can stop and notice. The key to this presence is mindfulness, not as an intellectual idea, but as a deep experience of every moment: eating, walking, breathing. When we eat, we only eat. When we walk consciously. We don't think about what's next or drift into yesterday. We are simply here. In this way, even the most ordinary acts become meditation. Breath was the doorway to the present. He taught that one conscious breath is enough to return to ourselves. No need to retreat to a monastery or radically change our life. Just a moment of stillness, own mindful inhale and exhale can bring peace and reconnection to life as it is. Compassion was central, for ourselves, for others, for the world. Suffering is part of life, but we do not have to remain trapped in it. We can recognize it, hold it in awareness, and transform it. It's not about avoiding pain, but about welcoming it with gentleness and acceptance. Only then can we truly understand ourselves and others. Peace was not a political or social idea. It begins within. Without peace in ourselves, we cannot bring peace to others. That's why he encouraged us to stop the internal struggle, to accept our emotions, our flaws, our humanness. Peace doesn't come from the outside. It is born from inner reconciliation. One of the most beautiful aspects of his teaching was the insistence that spirituality does not require escaping daily life. Quite the opposite, he pointed out that every moment, every day, every relationship is a space for practice. Washing dishes, walking with a child, listening to another person, each of these can be meditation if we are truly present. In human relationships, he especially emphasized deep listening, not waiting to reply, but being fully present. When we truly listen to someone, we give the greatest gift: space to express pain, joy, fear. This kind of listening heals. It can shift the course of conflict, mend broken hearts, and restore connection. Speech, too, was a form of spiritual practice. He taught that words carry power. They can hurt, but they can also soothe and bring hope. He encouraged speaking only when we are aware of what we want to say, and when our words can bring understanding or love. Mindful speech doesn't divide or judge, it unites. He saw no separation between humans and nature. We are not above the earth, but of it. The cloud, the tree, the drop of water, they live in us, and we in them. When we drink tea, we drink the cloud that became rain, that soaked into the soil and nourished the leaves. Such awareness awakens gratitude, and from gratitude arises care for ourselves, for each other, for the earth. Everything changes. Nothing lasts. He did not say this to cause sorrow, but to free us. When we truly understand impermanence, we stop clinging. Instead of fear, we feel relief. We can let things be as they are. We can love more deeply, live more fully, and stop postponing life. Real freedom does not depend on outer conditions. One can be free in prison and imprisoned on vacation. Freedom is a state of mind. It is the ability not to be a slave to emotions, thoughts, or habits. And this freedom can be cultivated each day through mindfulness, breath, and understanding. At the heart of his teaching was the idea that we are not separate and not from each other, not from the world. Everything is interconnected. A leaf cannot exist without the tree without the soil, the rain, the sun. Likewise, we cannot exist without others, without nature, without the universe. We are woven into the web of life, What we do to ourselves, we do to others. What we do to others, we do to ourselves. This understanding leads to deep respect not only for people but for every form of life, and for ourselves too, because compassion starts within. Not to run from it, not to rationalize it, but to sit with it, like a mother with a crying child, not judging, not pushing away, just holding it with care. When we breathe with our pain, it softens. It becomes more human, more bearable, less alien. Spirituality wasn't about seeking experiences or chasing enlightenment. It was about returning to ourselves, to what is real, to the breath, to the body, to the heart. This path could be walked anywhere. It didn't require special conditions or external validation, only the willingness to stop and the courage to truly be here. In a world full of speed, noise, and distraction, his teachings are like a lantern, a reminder that we can live differently. We can live more slowly, more deeply, more truly. We can come home to ourselves and find peace. We can open our hearts 7 when life is difficult. Transformation begins within. When one person lives with mindfulness, peace, and love, they influence everyone around them. Changing the world starts with one moment-owned conscious step, one mindful breath, one act of kindness. His wisdom remains alive not just in books, but in the hearts of those who practice presence in everyday life, those who walk quietly through the world, with compassion and the courage to be fully themselves. Thank you for spending this moment with us on Masters of Consciousness. If these words resonated with you, we invite you to take a breath right now, to pause, to look at yourself and the world with more gentleness, and to join us in the next episode, where we continue to explore the wisdom of those who show us that life can be lived more beautifully. Until next time,